Carmen and Jurko will crosstalk in an hour, and then White Sox and Guardians. The first place Guardians, the Guardians are like 10 above 500. I don't know how, but
they're doing it.
They just do it somehow.
They got Francona, right?
No,
Tito.
Terry Francona
They got
retired.
Tito.
I will give you $100 American if you can name their manager.
Sandy Alomar.
It is not Sandy Alomar.
It's not Sandy Alomar?
It is not.
Is it Roberto Alomar?
It's not Roberto Alomar
Sandy
either.
Alomar Jr.?
If I give you it's not Sandy Alomar Jr. If I give you his initials,
I bet you I don't get it. Go.
SV.
SV Scott Van
Shane
Pelt.
Victorino.
It is not. That's a great guess, Shane Victorino. It is not Scott Van Pelt. And it is not Shane Victorino.
Stephen Valentine.
You're so close.
Stephen Valencia.
Can you think of a recent ball player with the name Stephen, whose last name kind of sounds the where you're starting? And he played for Oakland, and he was a little bit of a journeyman.
Steve Ventura.
It's not
Voigt?
Stephen. Say it, Chris.
Voigt?
Stephen Voigt.
Stephen Voigt.
Stephen.
How the hell did I pull that name?
Good. I don't know, but you just did.
Baseball. Take that.
Baseball, take that is right. You just did.
Stephen
Oakland,
Voigt.
Tampa, Arizona. He was a catcher that bounced around. You know how the catchers always make good
A
managers.
little bat, right? He could hit
A little bit. He could,
Was he a thunderstick?
No, he just.
He was a
Voigt.
journeyman because you play catcher in this league. You're gonna hang around a while.
Bullpen catcher.
No, he was a big league catcher for a lot of
regular
years.
catcher.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Stephen Vogt is their new manager, Jurko.
He's no Benito Santiago.
No, he was not Benito Santiago. You're correct about that. When you can find the guys, that's why Rushman's so good now. And it's the Sox ended up drafting after Rushman was already gone. It was Rushman and Bobby Witt, and then they took Andrew Vaughn. And boy, has Andrew Vaughn struggled. My God. He has struggled.
He's bad.
Now, everybody thought he was going to come into this league and hit. Now, he was never the prospect those other two guys were because he was limited defensively. Bobby Witt plays a premium position, Yerk. He's a shortstop.
Yes.
Adley Rushman plays a premium position. And when you find the guy that can be a great defensive and offensive catcher, the Joe Mauers,
Mike Piazza.
but Piazza wasn't very good at defense. When you find the Buster Posies, the Joe Mauers of the world, the Johnny Benches of the world, you've really hit a home run. I mean, that's hitting the proverbial grand slam. And that's what they found in Adley Rushman. So, unfortunately, both those guys were off the board by the time the White Sox took Andrew Vaughn. So, anyway, I digress. White Sox and Guardians tonight. Cleveland rolls into town, 6 o'clock pregame. And I'm sorry, Bears Weekly is on from 5 to 6, and then the White Sox and the Guardians start at 6 o'clock. So, Jesse and Sylvie will be off the air at 5 o'clock tonight. All right, Adam, let's do the lunch rush.
Hi, guys.
Hello, bud.
What's up
Rush.
there, my friend?
We will start some NBA news and notes. Patrick Beverley has been suspended for 4 games. Whether he plays again or not is remained to be seen. But they've also, police have opened an investigation into an NBA player and citizen altercation. So this is between him and the fan that he threw the basketball.
And the fan. Yeah.
face
Patrick
to.
Beverly, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
There's a police
Pep Bev.
investigation.
Got to be
Yes.
better than that, Pep Bev. Got to be. That was not a good look that was Thursday, I think, wasn't it? Because Peggy and I talked about it Friday. I think you were gone. I believe it was last Thursday night.
Yeah.
Not a good look
Yes.
by Pat Bev. So, and absolutely needed to be suspended if, like Adam said, he decides to even play again.
Friend of the Black and Abdalla program, Aaron Schatz, and friend to Carmen DeFalco, the DVOA.
Oh, yeah.
Drink. Haven't said that in a while. Feels good. Feels good to say DVOA.
Doesn't
man,
it?
Doesn't it?
Right?
It does. Has an article on ESPN.com listing the biggest remaining roster holes for all 32 teams. Carmen, you know this.
Yep.
Jurko, guess which roster spot, which position, he believes that the Bears need to address.
I would guess that he thinks the 3 technique.
No.
Defensive end.
No.
I feel like we might be here a while.
We might.
It's not crazy. It's not like a special teams thing.
It's crazy.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
Okay. All right.
It is backup quarterback.
He thinks the quarterback depth, if something were to happen to Caleb. Adam's right. He wrote that.
Tyler Bagent is our guy.
Tyson.
Tyler.
And they signed Brett Rippon, but he noted he was awful in his one start for the Rams. Rippon's been pretty awful in the few starts he's made, period, in his NFL career. Bagent is very unproven, and look, we know there are some serious limitations.
You had 4 games last year with Bagent.
Yes, you had 4 games.
Bagent gets
Is
the
Ryan Tannehill still out there, you guys, or did he sign somewhere?
No, he's still
He's
out
still
there.
out there.
Do you sign a guy like Ryan Tannehill?
I think you wait.
You just
I think
wait?
you're in no hurry.
Okay.
The fact that Tannehill's out there, who's going after him right now? Nobody.
I guess you're right.
I think you be patient and you wait.
He's probably the best option out there. I guess I would just say that. Do you want to have the best option available at backup quarterback? You could go do it now, but maybe Jurko's right. There's
He probably wants to start.
Well,
though. Like he wants to wait for an injury.
he's
I
got
would
no shot of
imagine.
starting here.
Right.
So.
No,
Well,
he was
that's
going
just
to wait
it.
for an
Yeah.
injury.
You might be right.
Right. I think his want is to be able to take snaps.
Listen, I guess if Bagent had to go in there for a couple of games, you'd say, okay, at least the ball will be out on time, and you're probably not going to do anything too silly to hurt you. There were a couple of costly turnovers in his games.
Is Tannehill a
but,
10-year guy right now?
Ryan Tannehill,
isn't he been in this league for a while?
Got to be getting close.
10, 11 years, I would guess.
Ryan
for Ryan
Tannehill is 11 years into the league.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think he's going to be ultra patient. I think he's made a lot of money. I think he's going to be patient.
Yeah.
He thinks and believes he can play and he can be a starter in this league. So why not wait for the inevitable injuries to put yourself in the best situation possible?
You cool if the Bears have to break glass in case of emergency, and it is Bagent for 5 games?
I've got no
4 games?
problem with Bagent.
Let's face it, it's anything more than 4, you're probably in trouble no matter who your backup quarterback is.
He went 2-2 last year with the squad they had. This year's squad's going to be better, right?
I think so.
I think this year's squad's better.
I think you're right.
If you can get a quarterback, give you 4 games and go 2-2, would you take it?
Yes.
Most of the time you would.
I don't like the 3-6 touchdown interception ratio, but
Nobody does. He's a rookie.
that's true. All right, what else, Adam?
I don't know if this is legal, but Malik Neighbors and Jaden Daniels have a bet. Jaden Daniels was on a podcast because everyone has a podcast and everybody else goes on those podcasts that everybody else has.
Everybody.
And said that he and Malik Neighbors have a $10,000 bet between the two of them over who will win Rookie of the Year.
Is that right?
Yes, they're both going to lose because Caleb Williams is going to win it.
Caleb Williams is going to win. Yeah.
So, but there's now being, I don't know if there's an investigation, but people are raising concerns because of all the gambling stuff that's going on in the NFL
like, is the
and other
NFL going
sports.
to come out and say
That he might have, overstepped his bounds by saying that we have a bet between each other for $10,000.
I mean, how does that work here? This is not a sanctioned wager that's being made.
They
the
can't,
rules-
there's no
says-
proof. There's no proof that the wager was made. They could be being braggadocious.
Yeah.
Being this. The only thing they can do is be warned. Hey, don't mention gambling or don't talk about gambling. There's nothing they can really do. No money has changed hands.
The verbiage says that you can't gamble, obviously, but then it says gambling includes private wagers between teammates, family, and friends or others.
All right, so that's trouble.
No, unless the money changed hands. Talking about wagers and actually wagering are two different things.
Okay. I bet the league's going to have to
Yeah, the
pull
league
them
can do what
aside
they
and
want.
say, guys,
They're both going to lose anyway.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Caleb's going to win that award anyway.
Come on.
That's a Caleb Williams Award, ladies and gentlemen. He's your favorite. I love that they're talking about having that bet, though, as teammates.
Don't go on podcasts, guys.
See, you only get in trouble going on podcasts.
Yeah.
Pickleball people get mad at you, and it's a big headache. Just don't do it, guys. What else, Adam?
The NHL is coming to Utah, but
Yes.
they don't have a name yet. And so the team or the organization, whatever,
Salt Lake City, Latter-day Saints.
they're going to be the Utah something, and they have put up 20 names on a survey as to what people can call them. I don't know if this is going to be the winner. They're just using these as suggestions. They'll ultimately decide.
You have the list?
Yes, I do.
Is Peaks on the list?
Peaks is not on the list.
I don't like it.
Is
They've got
Tabernacle Choir on the list?
No.
No.
Utah Unicorns.
That is not on there. It is the Squall,
The Squall, okay.
the Frost, the Swarm, the Mammoth.
No, that's not bad.
One of my favorite ones, Utah HC. Let's do that. Let's start naming them hockey
That's
clubs.
not bad, dude.
Let's start naming them hockey
I mean, it's
clubs.
popular in Europe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris is like,
The Utah Glaciers,
That's good.
the Utah Black Diamonds, the Utah Yeti. That's another one of my favorites.
That's
It's
good.
not bad.
The Canyons, the Caribou, another one I like.
That's good. Yeah.
The Utah Venom, stupid.
Yeah, dumb.
Utah Ice, also stupid.
I don't
Utah
mind it.
Powder, lots of cocaine references,
Yep,
stupid.
way too many.
The Utah Hive, don't get it.
No.
The Utah Outlaws, The Mountaineers, The Utah Freeze, the Utah Fury, the Blizzard, and the Blast.
You know, Freeze is not bad. Yeti's pretty good, I think. There was another one you said in there early. I can't remember. I didn't write it down.
Mammoth?
Yeah, Mammoth isn't bad. Utah Mammoth is not terrible.
Let me ask you a question. I just Googled Utah animals. So animals that live in Utah. And coyote is like the third one that came up.
Is that right? Why don't you just keep it coyote?
Yeah.
They never.
You already
change-
have a coyote.
Well, no,
No,
leaving.
they're moving.
They're moving. That's
Are they going to still be coyotes or going to be something else?
No, they're changing the name. I think normally when they move, they do change the name.
But
Like the
they-
St. Louis Browns became the Baltimore Orioles.
What do you
know?
think we're talking about for the last
Utah
couple minutes?
Armadillos. We got a new team, Utah.
Well, that they're moving though. That's not an expansion team.
Armadillos.
Yeah. I love how Chris Googled Utah animals.
Well, because before.
Well, here, the number one that comes up, and this makes sense, cougar.
Yeah,
How about
cougar.
the cougars?
Oh,
yeah, cougar's good.
I love
Then
'em.
coyote.
No, then coyote, then moose, then mule deer. You don't want to be the mule deer.
What about
It seems
the,
like more of a Florida team.
What about the black-footed ferret?
Yeah, that's no good. The
That'd be
Utah
great.
black-footed ferrets.
What about the bushy-tailed wood rat?
Nah, that's no good
they
either.
got a lot
American
of
black
things.
bear. What about the Utah Bears? We already have the Chicago Bears,
Yeah,
but like
I don't like it.
Utah
Bears.
black bears.
Oh, the American beaver.
Oh, the Utah Beavers. Now we're talking.
Something
I
you
go-
can latch onto something there.
Yeah, man, Yeti's not bad.
Yeti's good. Caribou's good. Mammoth is good.
What about Freeze? That's
and
not
HC is good.
terrible. HC, yeah.
I like HC.
How about the Utah tobacco spitters?
I don't
No?
I don't think so.
I don't like it.
All right, ladies and
How
gentlemen.
about the Utah war pigs?
There you have it. I don't know.
Hey, listen, where are you going? Every day you go to the rink, you're going to war, right?
Yeah, I guess.
But it can't be the
Utah war
Coyotes
pigs.
because there's already a Coyotes.
That's awesome.
There's already a coyotes, Carm.
That's the lunch rush. Often, what do they say, Yurko? Often
Imitated,
Imitated,
never duplicated.
but never duplicated.